And I am live. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. It's finally finished Friday, meaning I have finished my workday. I hope your workday is finished too, or will be very soon, so you can start your weekend Friday part. And yeah, well, hydrate first. Sorry. Yes, I am trying to make this some kind of a trademark of myself. Sorry. Not only painting, but drinking coffee with a gorilla with a brush. Great painter, by the way. Don't know him. Go look for him on the internet. I still have a little bit to learn before I will be at his level. But good. Finally finished Friday. The Friday evening that I paint minis or other things that I have once started but never finished. I have a few of those. I'm really good at starting something and not finishing. Also, the stream is for people who well, just want to watch, of course, but also if you have questions about painting, I am happy to show you if I know anything about that kind of what you are asking, of course. Yes, I am very good in English because my brain is also in Dutch. Very active. Good. Last week I started painting on this one. Have to see if I have my I can go a little bit closer, I see, and admire it even a little bit better. This is the ReaperCon2021 brush holder. A real great brush holder gadget. Like that. You can, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brushes if you need them. Yes, I do. I need more brushes always. That's why I made another part a little bit bigger and hold a little more brushes. Again, I am trying to paint it a little bit in the same style. We will, if it is both finished, I will put them together. This I will paint not on stream, but mainly off stream, because I only have to freehand a lot of squiggly lines. Okay, yes, those squiggly lines over there. And I think that's quite boring to do on stream. So that part I will paint off stream. This part I will finish today probably, but there's not very much to do. I have to do skeletons, the skulls on that side, and the nails I also will make a little bit more metallic. The rest is almost finished, maybe a little bit more white highlights on this one. I guess I will to finish it in 2 hours. Not wow, then a bit disappointed in myself. So I will be starting with this little guy, which I have named Captain Blackb. It's also from Reapy. Okay, I need more coffee. Sorry.
Hydrate, but all I have is coffee.
Welcome to the chat. And my stream, yes. Hydrate. I really needed that. And the digger tunnel is coming in a moment, probably, as I can see in the. Thank you for that. How is it? Digger tunnel, 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 quick before the hyenas come. Thank you very much for that great, happy song. I was, and as yeah. How is, do you already, I'm doing okay. Just painting my room. You're painting a whole room. Well, that's a little bit different than mini painting. Nice. It's all going to be pink, by the way. You are completely, but quite fond of the color pink. And also, does Pete already have a weekend? Well, no, you are not. You are at least not working right now. That's for sure. If I'm keeping you off your work for painting your room, please tell me. Then I will go start with my the rest of my stream, talking about everything I am going to do. But this time there will be pink in it, but it's all in stages. It's Friday night, so I've got a weekend free. Nice. So truly, finally finished Friday. Start with your weekend. Well, I am also going to paint, except for only the brush holder. I'm going to paint this one. I'm going to start. Yeah, it has already a little bit color, but I wanted to try some instant paints, which are always get them contrast paints from an other mark than other brand than Captain. Why I took this mini, I have no idea, but I'm going to paint it over it, and it is going to be part of my brush holder, so that's why I'm starting with it. Well, not this stream, but why I'm confusing myself. Oh wow, he is going to be on top of my. If I keep him whole, I will put him, when finished painted, on top of my brush holder. Wow. I already was very lucky that I had to repair it. The sword had broken off. So throwing him around is probably not the best thing to do. So let's get start painting. I have to do the skulls, and for that I use Not Bone from Reaper. My wet palette soon, not a whole wet palette, but the paper on it. Right, it will. It forward paint. Same what I did with the iconic Reaper skull. A little bit off stream, off camera, sorry. But hey, I guess quite getting used to that, my stream. This was just bone is quite easy. Paint over white. Get a nice, little bit more brighter color. Good. Paint over black. You can paint over black. Will make it a little bit more, yeah, darker, dull. It is good if you want to have very dark shadows in your skulls or bones or whatever. Then leave the very deep parts, don't paint over them, and you already have quite deep shades. Also, this color is very good to paint over black, especially if you have a part, if you have a mini that is completely painted black, but you have a part that you still want to be very bright. You can paint it over with white first, but you can paint it over with white. My brain is really sorry. Had again a few long days at work, and I'm trying to get a good story here, but my brain is not working on my Friday night. Whole thumb sleep till tomorrow. Anyway, before that I am finishing this, of course. If you want to paint over black, let's say you want to get a nice bright red or blue, don't paint over the black with that color. First paint over with the bone color, or even a little bit more a yellowish brownish color. This could be a good one, because that it covers black better. If you start with white to paint over black, will need to be maybe even 4 layers before you get a nice white. If you use bone color over black and then a white, covers really better, really much better. Skulls have to dry, of course, but now I also have to do the nails, because we are going to make shadowed steel. And my alarm is going. Oh, it's. As always, I am multitasking. Sorry. Shouldn't do that just before stream. I am 3D printing right now, and I of course had some 3D prints in what I call the oven. This is my UV curing station. I totally forgot that I had to stream at that moment. And of course I don't want to come in there too long, not that it hurts the lens. Hey, it's quite a big light I have in there. This costs a little bit of energy, and we have to be a little bit take care with filling all kinds of energy around. You don't have to. Yes, I am. Just going to make them metal, and oh, I'm going completely over. is quite a good stream for if I ever want to make a video how not to paint minis. Luckily, I will use a little wash, black wash, to darken the metal and then also cover up all the mistakes I make right now. I have, there should also be nails, but this part is also sticking. This is sticking out, so I used some green stuff. You can also fortunately see here, this is not what it should be. It's this part that is sticking out. Also a little bit of green stuff and fantastic sculpting on my side. One of the things I'm very good at, just as painting, throwing brushes and minis. Okay, I hope that was a little bit of dust. Otherwise, well, a little bit extra protein. Oh god. Nice. Just before I started the stream, I was going to look at the dices I have, my dice collection. Get a little bit of inspiration for what color I shall make Captain Blackb. Well, it's still here on my desk, but I had no time to look at it. No time to look at it. A little bit running out of time. Now I think I have already an idea what I am going to do. As I'm going to make his head black, as a real pirate hat, I am not going to paint him black, but a very dark blue with maybe some purple highlights. As an idea. Oh, that I had rubbed off some paint on this point. There, and the camera again. What I'm doing. Okay, the paint is not drying as fast as I hope. Color brush, little of solid white. Bit of coffee. Any one of you have any plans for this weekend? I hope I am not painting with my minis again. I've got like 1,000 set in box. Oh, start painting mini. You have 1,000 in boxes. Still have time. A 1,000. I'm vexing about my whole collection over here. Yeah, I every weekend I really have something like my weekend has to start, not started, has to start every time I think, yes, this weekend nothing else but paint, 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 paint. Yeah, that weekend still has to come. Always something else than painting to do. Friday nights I go to bed. Tomorrow I get up reasonably early and I will start painting. Just like the diets I always do. Yes, I will start my diet tomorrow. Yes. Luckily for me, tomorrow is always one day away. But yeah, well, I hope you get to it, Pete. Also hope you get something finished for satisfaction. One of the most important things about any painting, you are happy with the result. It doesn't matter how you got it. Philosophical, whatever, you know what I mean. If someone once said it's not the goal you are walking towards, it's the journey. Well, that's certainly not a mini painter in my eyes. Painting, it doesn't matter where the journey starts, where it, as long as it ends with a mini that you are happy with. Got a little bit too deep for a Friday night or evening. And by the way, for those who do not know, from a lot of the minis Did I really say Lord of the Meat? Oh, my brain is really not working today. If you want to see some Lord of the Rings minis being painted, then in half an hour, this is going to cost me some viewers, I know. Certain Michael Mordor is going to paint from his channel. I am going to make that street because I am stupid. Okay. On camera, what you are doing? Why? Eh. Get wet in the eye sockets, bones. Use the paint, which means I will go use the wash for nails. Now I know why the paint was coming off. When I finish the brush holder, it's of course important because it is something I am going to use very much. Not a lot, I think better English. So after I have finished painting it, I will certainly use several layers of varnish. Make sure that it's the paint stays on. Yes. As a wash, we are going to use Black. All this one very soon. This little bit is more than enough. Right. Not to cover the whole button, the whole nail. Also the little mistakes I made. Painting the wood. Just nice shadow nails. Are not really standing out. Will give smaller dot of lighter silvery color. A little bit of a highlight again. Hopefully I won't. A little bit more steadier hand than right now. I I have debated with myself. I should make them a little bit rusty. In fact, part of some kind of a ship. But I decided not to do that, because then I should also make that maybe a little bit more rusty. Thoughts. Why can't it be a completely new ship? Really neat. Skulls are also not dry yet. That's also one of the things. You hear a lot of discussions always if you have to thin paint, not to thin paint. It's completely up to the painter, of course. Oh man, I have finished my coffee. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, if you thin paint, it's all up to you. I would last couple of years I have started thinning them automatically, just always a little bit. But then I have taught myself to paint with thinner paints. I am also using a lot of more of a glazing technique on certain parts and things, so that's also very important to have very thin paints. For batch painting, especially if you are painting a lot of wargaming stuff, well, you can thin them, of course, but I can say it's absolutely not necessary. Even Citadel paints, Games Workshop paint, you can literally take them out of the pot and paint. I have done it years and years. And yeah, well, you cover up too much detail. I have never noticed it. I mean, good. I am starting with Captain Blackb. Start with his head. Give it a nice coat of black. Normally I would use Dragon Black, but I have some old Vallejo and Citadel paints still that I want to use up. I am using right now just black for model color Vallejo. Between the blacks I have never really seen a difference, not in color anyhow. Well, black is black. Same for the white, although it is, there are different whites of course, but then they are not called white. I am starting to rambling. I start painting. That's, I guess, that I'm going to paint the whole head black. Try to highlight them or purplish or just the purple. I hope will look good with dark blue. Have not checked my color wheel yet about that. But then black is also not on that color wheel, not as a color. So why should I bother looking at it? Yeah. I do, by the way, like his heroic stand. Stands. There to defend his treasure chest. Also my brushes, I hope. Miniature, yeah. Maxi miniature is made from resin, and it's also not hollow. Quite some weight to it. Bigger models have to watch out. Put them on a bigger base for now. Paint it. Later on I will have to watch out that I'm not rubbing off any of the paints. So debating, well, I am going to make his whole body blue, dark blue. I've already chosen the color, by the way. Not sure about his arms. Not a color for them. Try the big mini. Bit more paint. Big head. The second dice mini from I am painting. Painted the original D20 fighter. I always forget his name. Gorix. Look it up, but not right now. Also going to make it black. Is dark. To dry brush metal on it. Thinking about dry brushing it. Old GM, there is a little X you made. White paper. Hold the mini like there. Everybody can see what you are doing. Ah, that wet paper. this hand, but honest. Paint them over later. Whole black. So far. Thinking, because I was thinking I'm using black right now, and I'm going to use him a black, give him a black eye patch. But I have to paint his whole skin first, whatever you want to call it. Better to paint the skin first, later on use plain black for its eye patch. Going back to my the washes are dry. The nails paint is yes. Also ready to get their wash, and I'm using a Agrat Uitshake for it. Agrat Uitshade. No, Agrat Uitshade. And I did prepare a little bit extra. A second cup of coffee. Pete, free hydrate for you. Wash. Oh, good. Oh. Already giving a nice creep. Cotton buds or something else to move most of the wash. Yeah, a nice dry brush will look good enough on these. The wash. If the Reaper icon skull a little more of red in the eye. He has already red eyes. Sometimes this also happens, not only with Reaper bottles. I have a little bit of toilet paper in front of me. Just enough. Yes, it is. Don't need my pokey stick. Ah, little magma red. and hit the eyes this time nicely. Little dots. One, two. Did it. Good. Let's see if we can do the same with the nails. In this case, we are going to use nice filigree silver. And I see I have kissed a little bit of the sword. Little brush. Filigree silver. Oops. Just enough to give the nails a little bit of a highlight. A lot. If we can nail this. Trying to mainly hit not completely in the center, a little bit more on top. Always when I am doing things like this, I hold in my breath. Makes talking very difficult. And even think very difficult. I don't right on the brush. Nail. Okay. Those are done. As I said, I'm not going to give them any rust. That wash has to dry.
Hydrate, but all I
Yes.
have is coffee.
Thank you. Yes, I have coffee. Thank you, Pete. Thank you very much. I'm going to take my big brush. I'm thinking of using navy blue from Scale Color. Yeah, Nightmare Black is a little bit too dark. Have Rich Indigo, which is a little bit too bright blue. So let's go with this color. Scale Color color. Great way of always calling it. Those paints are not really thicker. They are gel based somehow. Not really take well. At least not as easy as Reaper paints. Or any other paints, by the way. Vallejo is also quite shakeable. And I didn't buy the paints for being shakeable. Will need more. Certainly no, I will more. Later on. Now I realize I am over the yellowish background color. Of course, a little bit more greenish. We'll have to give it a second coat anyhow. We'll be in the brush strokes. Painting I shall do with the inside of the mouth. Just make it black. Definitely will need random sound. Yay! Oh, it's still 0 bits. Oh, I did forget to upgrade that. Good. That's tomorrow. But thanks for the applause. No, don't do it. Okay. Well, I will leave it then for the moment. Going to be used too much, then I will have to charge for it. That big mini paint back in the rack. I apply it a little bit more thicker. I do like the blue. It's, I will mostly this color. Have to see what it does when I am highlighting it a little bit more purple. White on this model, probably because of the underground on the underlayer. Quite bright. It's a bit lighter than expected. This need to a little more. Oh yeah, that's quite a difference. Not greenish. In wood. Right. Quite a nice colorful blue. Is good. But I will still stick with purple for now. First layer, not bad. All color. I have 3 water pots to clean my brush in. Called blue. Side of the mouth. Of a lighter blue maybe. Darker. This probably. I think I will go with the. This is the black indigo is too dark. With a nightmare black. Is the deeper part of the mouth. All the way back. Wash on the stalls is dry, so we are going to leave this one to dry and get going with some dry brushing. My special dry brush. Start with skeleton bone. And a sip of coffee. very much. A little bit of that. I have learned drying naturally. If you try to wipe it off, it's a weird white stain. I'm going to that one for a moment. I'm going to solid white dry brush. Those who want to watch Michael Mordor paint is on the live right now. In case you want to his visit. I think that was not how I meant to say it. But even so terrible, my own mind completely, immediately forgot what I said. One thing that I will do, because now I also, eyes are a little bit eye sockets. A little bit of black wash. Those holes. A little bit more. Use a little bit of brown wash. Faces. Draw a little bit of a line. Jaw. Mouth. Here we have much of the shade. Quite nice. A little bit of thin down brown wash on the teeth. I'm doing it. My finger. That's one skull. This one is still a little bit wet. I will moment still. Trying my dry brush. Taking a sip of coffee. Paint on Captain Blackb. Also not completely dry. I will ask my paint wheel, yellow and red. Try it. the green and the violet are separate. Using a combination of 4 colors in complements. Okay, then I have to use 4 colors. Violet. And then you get yellow, green, and orange. Really, just Hey, Muses Touch Carol, hello! Welcome to my stream. How are you doing? It's afternoon for you. And I'm right. That was the last of my second cup of coffee.
Hydrate, but all I have is coffee.
It's just after 3 o'clock, and yes, thank you, Pete, for the hydrate. Just working on a Friday here. I will use my water bottle, or at least what's in it. Yep. He's lurking about, yes. And keeping hydrated, and he's painting his room. A little bit something different than just mini painting. See, yes, the wash on that one is also right. To the second skull. Yeah, tell me, please tell me you're painting your room pink. Exactly what I asked him to. Well, Pete, 2 things that we know about you, I guess. Oh, you're painting it green. Oh, okay. Green and pink are great combinations, so that's no problem to use also your pink. Yeah. If you are going to make us paint stuff pink, you paint your room pink. Although you approve of green. Well, your first statement, yes, that was my idea also. In a complete room of pink. And he said, to me at least, there is going to be pink, just limited what colors I can have. Yeah. Right. Second skull is almost finished. Almost finished, Carol. A little bit of the black and brown wash. All he said, pink and awesome together. It's so good. Thank you. Quite pleased with how the logo for the painting of that. Oh, right. I still have to do one thing with the letters. Now see, the original logo I used has a little white lining around the letters. Oh God. Want to paint yours? Yeah, send it over, no problem. Little bit of water, yes, and a little bit of uh, earth in between, but that little bit of water is the biggest problem. Otherwise, a little bit of brown ink, sorry, wash. Wait, teeth a little bit. Will give the iconic skull. Red on the eyes. Get it a little bit more. Oops. Big difference. Just a little bit more visible. And as I said, little white line around the letters. Now I'm really sure I should have kept it separated everything. And okay, never mind. A challenge is a challenge. If I need to, I can always paint it over. Nice. White. White, not around the logo, but around the letters. And I've got 5 more rooms to do. Ooh. The word Reaper, yeah, the letters, the logo I had a very small. I'll start with E. Like that. Oh. Very thin but visible line. Something like that. And then with all the letters. Well, this was the first. So this was beginner's luck. do the rest also nicely. That one, like it more than I thought it was going to like it. More than I thought I was. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's well, this is now the E is standing out, of course, because of the white lining. All out a little bit less, and it's more of a unity. And I guess that Reaper did a little bit of research in when they made that logo. Little white line, they didn't put around it for nothing. They have people who know more about it than I guess we do. Will have certain does immediately look different, but certainly not worse. As long as I can keep up those thin lines. What did I say? The only thing that I am doing is in fact called edge highlighting. Oh, red. Heraldic red, yes. Letters are standing a little bit more, more visible now. Popping out a little bit better. With the white line, you have to watch out. Takes a little bit more. By the way, the whole shading and highlighting thing of the letters, it's heraldic red. I used white and a stippling technique and black with a step and the heraldic white, heraldic red with black just to make it darker. Use the stippling technique. They are not too even. I will do the care of the mistake, little mistakes later on. Yes. That's what miniature painting can be about. Trying new techniques that are not really so good. Problem is, make the lines really thick. Because indeed, this logo is indeed that is that nice little. I will finish this time. Technique, you are not using the point of your brush side. And use thin paint, not too thin, quite funny, very much of it. Brush very. Don't push too much on the brush. You'll be slightly thicker because I pushed much on the brush. Hit wrong side of the letter. Will and I will hit over it with a little bit of red. focused. And do it. Because you have to get your brush in the right angle. Inside of the top of the letter. Right. Last one. Because I can get the problem. Pressure on the brush. One, come on. Yes. Let's see if we can get rid of those little mistakes without throwing all everything around like brushes. Okay. Little base color and a bit of black.
Hydrate, but all I have is coffee.
Oh, I don't have any coffee. I will hydrate. Thank you, Pete. Yes. Get rid of those little mistakes. This paint quite thin. Painting it on regular, irregular stippling, very small, but if you see the original logo, also has not a real stippling, but it is not quite. It also has a very irregular shading and highlighting effects, like like this is now. Although in the original logo, the shading is not on every letter. I decided to create a little bit more of unity. So I did it with all the letters. Yes. Bit over the white line. I'll have to get white line. Dark red. Black and red. That would be a nice name for the paint. Black and red. Carefully. Ah. Get to. Oh, and I did. R. Okay. Always a big mess. I have to read the white line. A little bit of the white to the red. Hey, a pink. Or I almost heard Pete saying too pink. Two pinks. And something to too pink? No, it can't. And last letter. Much. Right. Yes. That's the ReaperCon logo. Completely satisfied with all the white lines. Very carefully. It out. Okay, I'm going to stare at it much more. We'll still find some little perfections, so I call it done. My ReaperCon brush holder is finished. Well, not completely. I will varnish it very thoroughly, especially top part. I'm very pleased with it. So, which means I still have 20 minutes for Captain Blackb. If we can get, I think I also have to paint in the numbers right now. Otherwise, it's probably a little bit strange with all the yellow inside. Thank you very much. Nice. That's be honest, looks a little bit better than I had hoped it would be. Being a very good look. You know what? I even drink on it. Cheers. Back to our navy blue. Now I realize that it is in fact quite, well, no, it's not really an appropriate color. Pirate has nothing to do with the navy. Nothing to. Okay. Let's. Blackbeard, a nice blue coat. Quite something different than paint the normal D20 Also quite not only bigger, but it's quite heavy, by the way. I think I will and weigh it. Oh, I want to know how heavy it is. To give the people also a little bit to get what you are doing. This blue is a really strong color. Hardly out of my brush. Out of the mouth. Now, of course, a little bit off-white. Thinking of the lighter color. Oh. And the arms. Make his boots at least brown. Ooh. Red and yellow. Reddish brown leather, no. Red leather boots. Yes, from school color. Wait, I the trunk. Oh, if the will make it, of course, wood a little bit different. The colors I use for the brush holder stand out a little bit more. Some colors come from a different brand. This base color for those. Right now more purplish than really red. Let's see. It's got now a nice shine on it. Dark. Ah, think. Grayish or bluish or purple. You know what? Let's use purple. Yeah. I was already waiting for it. I was his body itself is more of a dark blue. I am going to see if I can get his the highlights more also of a more purplish style color. How that looks. Why not for the head too? It's quite thin. Now I only want to a little bit of an indication that it is light. Glad I used Vallejo paint for the black, by the way. I can a little bit more shiny than in the scale color paints. Quite nice. Find where the highlighted areas are. A little bit. Wait for dry. Oh. If we can get the same purplish Well, darker. Now the purple highlight the face, makes it a little bit too dark. Violet, sunset purple. Just, oh yeah, let's use amethyst purple, a nice light. That looks with the blue. Ooh. Nice. Not complete purple right now. Just for a highlight. Very strong color. To change that and get it. It is still wet, I know. Just trying out some things. This purple is much too bright. Go for Carnival purple. Purple. Highlights, not. Yes. Like, oh, was of this pink. More of a glazing, use a glazing technique more for it. that I will use the blue as a base color. Some very strong highlights. And glaze it over with this purple. You can see the difference on screen. Was it apple to light? No, wait, flat for the head. Good. So this is as far as I will go with Captain Blackb and with my painting for tonight. A few minutes before 10 p.m. right here. I will give Pete a free hydrate. And am I seeing you tomorrow, Carol? For stream? Yep, good. Then I wish you already a good Friday evening. And Pete and everybody else have a very good weekend. I hope I'll be streaming tomorrow, and guess you will be too. Yes, I will. I have a nice beholder to paint. So yeah, have a great weekend. If we don't see each other again, otherwise I hope we will see each other tomorrow. And stay safe. And see you next time. Bye.